One of the most frequent questions we get asked from sellers is, how much am I going to walk away with once we close?
Yeah, and we always prepare a net to seller.
Right.
But I think people want to know how we're coming up with those numbers.
Right,
And
absolutely.
so we kind of have to start with your payment. So, Cryssi, tell us the 4 parts of a payment.
So your mortgage payment consists of your principal, interest, and then your taxes and insurance. It's all rolled into one.
For most people.
For your payment.
Yeah. If there are some people, if you pay enough money down, you can pay those separate. But principal, interest,
right,
and if you have an escrow, taxes and insurance. Now, when you first close on a house, so let's say you have a closing in October, when is your first payment due?
If you close in October, then you won't have a November payment. You will have a December payment.
But guess what happens? That payment you're missing is at the end when you pay your house off.
Right.
Because when what you're paying your mortgage is in arrears. And what that means is you're paying, when you make that month's payment, most people think it's like rent that you're paying on December 1st and for the whole month, but you're actually paying on December 1st for the month of November. So when you're trying to figure out what's my payoff, you'll see on your statement that it'll say payoff amount. And that's not right. Because
not always.
No, it's
not even
right.
close.
It's not close. So if you want to get it really close, you have to take whatever that says and then add your principal and interest, not the escrow part, just principal and interest. And that'll get you really, really close to your payoff. So at closing, they've got to pay off their mortgage.
Right.
So we kind of covered that. That would be the principal and interest you owe. Then that's where they pay the real estate fee.
Mm-hmm.
And can real estate fees be negotiable?
Always.
Always. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to kind of go into that because those are something that you can negotiate some. And that fee comes off. What else do they have to pay?
So anything that's owed, any kind of liens or anything against the house, that is automatically deducted. Your attorney will handle that.
And what kind of things is that typically, in case somebody's wondering?
If you owe a roofer for a new roofing job or an HVAC contractor, they want to go ahead and pay that off before closing on the home.
And you would know if you have a lien on your property. Like, it's not something somebody can just do. You would definitely know. Solar panels, we're seeing people put solar panels on their house and take out a payment plan, and it's tied to the house. What else?
Any kind of HOA dues that might be unpaid, they want to get those when they get the HOA letter. Really anything that's owed on the house, any kind of back taxes or insurance that hasn't been paid.
Yeah. So for most people, it's going to be 4 things. That you're going to have to pay off the principal and interest of the loan. Then they're going to charge you a proration of taxes up to the day of closing. So you get that back when your loan's paid off, but at closing you have to pay that.
Right.
Your HOA letter, so that's where your HOA charges you some fee. And we don't know because every HOA, sadly, has a different amount for that. It could be $50 up to $500 for an HOA letter. And that says your account in the neighborhood is in good standing, or not.
Or not. We see that too.
Yeah, we see the or not. So we recently had somebody that had pretty much not paid their HODs in a couple of years, so we had to pay those. So you got your taxes, your interest, HOA letter, real estate fee, and then that is what you walk away from.
Right.
And I think some of the confusion comes in with sellers is we've had cases where they've gotten an offer on their house and it said 0 closing costs. And they were thinking that included the real estate fee, HOA letter, everything except for the mortgage, basically. And closing costs is only dealing with getting the mortgage or transferring the property because
attorney fees,
fees, all that kind of stuff. So as a seller, you're always going to be responsible currently for the real estate fee.
Right.
Yeah. So hopefully that
and
helps.
taxes and insurance.
And taxes and insurance.